Hey guys, welcome back. I'm so excited to do this wrap up for you. This is going to be my January wrap up video, which is where I'm going to tell you all about the books that I was able to read last month in the month of January. And the reason why I'm excited about it is because I got a lot of reading done. Really got to cozy on down with a lot of books that I've been meaning to finish and wanting to read. The first book of the year that I read was The Desire Map by Danielle LaPorte. And this book I really enjoyed. It just has a completely different viewpoint on goals and goal setting, because typically how we set goals is like, here's the goal, I'm gonna achieve the goal, I'm gonna feel awful if I don't make the goal, or here's the goal, I hit the goal, but I still feel like crap because I should have just done more with the goal. This book really showed me it's not really so much about the goal. You set goals really to feel a specific way when you meet that goal, and it's just a much different viewpoint of goal setting, and I really enjoyed it, and I highly recommend it to you guys. So yeah, check that out. I enjoyed that, and it's fitting that it was the first book of the year that I was able to read. The second book that I read was Crown of Midnight, which was written by Sara J. Maas. I was finally able to finish this book up, and it was amazing. It was everything and so much more. Oh my gosh, you guys. If you have read this book already, the end. That was me speechless. Just wow. I cannot express to you guys how excited I am for the third book in this series to come out now, because just stuff is going to go down. It's gonna happen. I just already know. If you guys have not read this book yet, or the first book in this series, which is Throne of Glass, you need to read it. So good. The next book that I read is a book that has been on my TBR list since before it came out, which is over a year, so closer to a year and a half, and that book is Meant to Be, which is written by Morrill. I was really excited about this book because it's set in London. The main character is kind of like on a spring break trip to London. I did that back when I was a sophomore in high school, so I was really excited about the concept of this book. But I do have to say that since I finally read it, it was a pretty big letdown. I had some big issues with the main character and the story. I really enjoyed the fact that I was finally able to knock it off my TBR list, even though that I was very saddened by what it ended up being. If you guys would like to hear me explain or go into detail more about that, just leave me a comment down below. So the next book that I read was Dog Behavior, Understanding Dog Body Language. It was written by Sophie Miller. This is kind of more of a short book. You probably don't know because I don't really share a lot of my private life with you guys, but this last summer we adopted our standard poodle, Teddy. This is him. He's just so cute and very lovable, but we adopted him from an animal shelter, and it became very clear to us soon after that he had probably experienced some abuse and neglect, so he's kind of reactive to very certain things. So ever since then we have been doing doggy classes and doggy training, and pretty much I try to read as much as I can, something that we constantly work on. I have to say that Teddy has definitely made me a better dog owner than I would have ever been without him in my life. So yeah, he's my motivation why I sought this book out, and it was actually very helpful. So I'm glad I was able to give that a read. Alright you guys, so moving right along, I was also able to finish reading Child of Vengeance by David Kirk. This is another book that I had really high expectations about and was excited to read and see and experience the world and all those things, but it really just, this book was not the type of book for me. I really did not enjoy it. I just had some major issues with some of the themes and the characters and what went down, and did not enjoy it. So that made me very sad. But moving on to a book that I did enjoy tremendously, and that book would be Hopeless by Coleen Hoover. It wasn't a 5-star book, but it was really good. I really enjoyed it, and just yes. And if you're thinking that this is the part where I say see you guys next time, you're wrong, because there's more. I even have more titles to share with you guys, and the next title that I have to share with you that I was able to read was Of Triton, which is written by Anna Banks. I really enjoyed the first book of Poseidon, and I remember really enjoying that book, and I finally bought Of Triton. It was one of those other books that was okay. Maybe it's just a sophomore slump. Maybe the third book is just gonna bring the series back around, and that's what I'm hoping for. I'm just hoping that it's just that this book, since it's the second book in the series, is just the sophomore slump, and that's it. And another book that I read last month was Roses, which is written by G.R. Mannering. And this book, oh my gosh, you guys, I could gush and gush and gush about this book. This is a fairy tale retelling of the fairy tale Beauty and the Beast. BT Dubs, which is like my second favorite Disney princess film ever. I just really love the Beauty and the Beast fairy tale. I've also actually read the original fairy tale, which is a French folklore fairy tale, I believe. I really love this fairy tale, and I really enjoyed this book, you guys. Until I can give you more information about this, I'm just gonna tell you right now that this is a go. And finally, this last month I read Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, which was written by J.K. Rowling. This was pretty much, I think, my most enjoyable, fun read of the whole entire month for me. Not really for the story, even though the story and the characters are awesome. We all know this. Even though I reread this book, I read it aloud to my husband, which was his first time being exposed to the written version of Harry Potter. He has seen all the movies because I have made him, but he hasn't really experienced the books, and they're just completely on just a different level. And so it was really amazing getting to reread that for me because I read it when I was younger. I think I've mentioned this in a Q&A video, which was ages ago, that I told you guys that I'm dyslexic. Literally could not read until I was in 3rd grade. Even though I am such an avid reader and it's such a huge passion of mine, it hasn't been something that has always been easy for me. I remember that the Harry Potter books for me were so enjoyable and fun and just fascinating and wonderful, but they were really still very challenging for me to read when I was younger. And so getting to reread those books, it was just something that was extra special and fun for me because it really allowed me to see how much stronger I've become at reading. And it just really goes to show that the only way that you become better at reading is by reading. I think that it was the perfect way to wrap the month up for me. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Let me know, what did you guys get all read last month? Because I love to know these things and all that jazz. And also let me know if there's any particular book that you would like me to do a review on, because I would love to do that for you. So until I see you guys next time, peace out, Girl Scouts.